like a race. I wrote this poem 2 years ago, and you might have heard it. It's called Here Are Some of the Things that I Like After I Think About Them, but which in the moment, just awkward and embarrassing. Here are some of the things that I like after I think about them, but which in the moment are just awkward and embarrassing. You know that moment of eye contact with strangers which you both pretend didn't happen, but both of you knows it did, and you spend the next 5 minutes wondering what kind of face you made and what kind of impression you gave, and it doesn't quite click that it was less than a second because for some reason it feels like someone found out something a little bit shameful about the way you live. I like that. And also the way that when you see someone walking towards you on a narrow pavement, you'll start planning every single step for the next 20 meters, and when it inevitably happens that you step the same way, you start blaming the system, but when you step different ways, you can't believe your luck for the next few minutes. I like that too. I think maybe I overanalyze myself. I tell myself stories on the ways to friends' houses because I broke my phone and I can't listen to podcasts anymore. I clearly haven't. This is an old poem. And they're usually about how I have superpowers or how I did something right instead of wrong. But sometimes they're about the people I walk past and what their lives are like and whether they're lonely. Once there was a man who shuffled barefoot across the path where that gazebo is, outside Pizza Express, and he was deaf, and he was there to make a checkup on me because I was really high at the time and I thought I was having a heart attack, but I couldn't quite tell. Then I got to thinking about whether death was friends with anyone, whether death made friends with the people it took. Because I guess deep down I still hold true to that Muslim belief that tells me there is a kindness in death that gives a point to everything that came before. And then I thought, I really think too much about death for a child of 21, and whether it was any indication that I was a poet and how it probably wasn't. It just told me I was stupid and inebriated. And then I got to thinking about other things. And what I'm trying to say is that sometimes you will be the main character in someone else's story. I take the path less traveled by just because there's less people to bother me. Sometimes you will be the confrontation someone wants to avoid. I smile at the memory of a message my sister sent yesterday, and that smile makes someone else smile, and sometimes your smile will make someone else smile, and I like that. Sometimes we'll tell a joke and make our friends laugh, and that laugh will make someone else laugh, because despite the great big fuck you that has been 2017 and the first month of 2016 and the first month of 2017, there are still reasons to be happy, and most of them are us. Sometimes you will not be understood, and it will make you so angry that you feel your teeth beginning to crack. And sometimes you want to apologize for things you really shouldn't apologize for. And when we do, we'll look back and go, fuck me, that guy was a dick. Sometimes we'll see a dog and go, look at that dog. Here are some of the things that I like. I like the silent noise that multiple exclamation marks or question marks make when they're written together, because it's a noise that sounds like a facial expression, and that fucks me up. I like the fact that there is no one in this room who hasn't once called a teacher mum. I like that all of you have an embarrassing story from your childhood which you won't tell anyone even though it's hilarious. I like sleep. And I like talking. And I like the idea of falling asleep and talking with a friend on a warm night underneath a blanket of stars. And I like that if it actually happened, I'd fucking hate it. I like things, just generally. And I like that pretty much everything we do in our lives is going to be a source of embarrassment. It's like, fuck it.